So the question is, do you, or most likely, do any of your kids play the game Minecraft, and do you play it on the computer, the PC? Reason being, my kids do play that, and many times my wife and I will play with them. You know, it's going to be hard to be in the Jason 4 household without a computer for your kids. So the bottom line is, all my kids have their own computer, and you know, I couldn't possibly have them with, you know, sharing one or two. No way. I've got 3 kids. So they play that game, they love that game, and we decided 2 days ago, let me go ahead and put up a little Minecraft server. I'll put up 2 different ones. One's going to be what they call creative mode, one's going to be what they call survival mode. And my wife on Facebook, she's in one of those groups, I think some, or more than one, a couple of these homeschool groups. So she said, hey, my husband and I put up a server, you know, last night, which was Sunday or whatever, so Saturday. And if anyone wants to join, our kid, you know, our kids, your kids, whatever, we can all get in there and play. So sure enough, people were coming in left and right, kids and stuff, and maybe some of their parents, I'm not really sure. So we quickly realized that there's people out there who like to just go in and destroy stuff. We'll spend all that time building up your house and building up all the stuff, and then someone comes in, no one's looking, there's no one around me, they start dropping those little TNT dynamite blocks and destroying what you've just spent however long building. So old Jason 4 is going to be taking care of that today with a couple of mods. But the reason I'm doing this video, I figure, I'm sure some of my subscribers have kids, and those kids might be playing Minecraft. So why not join your pal Jason 4 and his kids to play the game? I will say this: if you have it for your computer, the PC, even though, I mean, if you've seen the game, you realize, man, this thing doesn't have the greatest graphics I ever saw. Yes, that's true. But the playability, the fun of this open world environment and stuff, it just makes the game fun. And you can even there's some add-ons. One of them called, as far as graphics go, that tighten them up pretty good. Oh, what the heck's the name of it? Shoot, I can't think of it. Minecraft Enhanced, and there's several different ones, and it's like 64 by 64 or 128 by 128 or 256 by 256. The bottom line is, I've tried the lower ones and they work just fine. And I think the lower number you go, the less processing power or what have you on your video card and whatnot is required, and they look fine. So I've just started using those. It does make the game look quite a bit better. But where I'm going with this is, even if you don't do that, just to play the game on a regular PC without a video card, in other words, without any kind of gaming video card, it's probably not gonna run real smooth. It's gonna be skippy, and a lot of times kids get frustrated. Matter of fact, I sure as heck did when I was younger, playing video game, like, you know, when I was really into video games. And I realized I always have to have a video card, and as the newer games come out, you got to kind of keep up with having a decent video card. I never got the most powerful video card every time it came out because they're crazy expensive. So what I do is find one that was just kind of medium grade, and I didn't have to turn my graphics settings to the max. I don't need this everything maxed out. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not getting some kind of additional whatever scenery that, you know, I wouldn't get at medium settings that just stand out like, wow, you know, that's so much better. Why didn't I do this before? No way. And that's the difference between spending, you know, 150 bucks to $200 on a video card, or going out and spending $300 or $400 on a video card. So yeah, I realized, you know, I've got 5 kids and that kind of thing, but at least a lot of the video cards that I've had in the past that are now 3-4 years old, I can use for them, because this Minecraft game doesn't take a whole lot of additional video card power, so to speak, but it does need something if you want to at least be able to play the game and not be frustrated while it's skipping around and you're trying to do stuff and it just skips. And so that's one thing you could look for. You can just say, well, you know, I'm not sure if my video card can handle this or not, and simply go download the game and play it. Now, I want to say the game's around 20 bucks, somewhere around there. You download it online and you create an online, you know, an account online, and then when you log into the game, you use that online account you just created, and then you log into the game. So if you've got 3 kids and they all want to play at the same time, yes, you're gonna have to buy it 3 times. So that'd be, you know, 60 bucks or what have you to buy the game. So the other thing is, well, I don't want my kids playing real violent games. They're too young for that. That's what's great about Minecraft. It's not really violent at all. And there's no kind of like blood or anything like that when you know, slay a little zombie looking thing, or you know, kill a skeleton guy with a bow and arrow that shoots these little, you know, ridiculous looking arrows. It's the word violence really in Minecraft is almost non-existent. It's just a real low key, way low on the scale of violence, if you even want to use the word violence. It's hard for me to even use that word with this game because it's so ridiculous. But when you compare it to any other game out there, any of these shoot 'em up games, first person shooters, it's, you know, Minecraft's on a scale of 1 to the, you know, blood and violence, whereas these games are, you know, 7, 8, 9, and 10 on the scale. You can't even compare them. Now granted, you look at the graphics and those kind of things in those games, yeah, they're really good, whereas Minecraft's not. But what Minecraft has, these other games don't have, which is the ability to build pretty much an infinite world, and you literally mine while you build stuff. If you're playing in survival mode anyways, you don't start out with anything, and you literally are like dropped off somewhere. As soon as you start, you spawn, and okay, I've got nothing but my hands. I gotta go cut down some trees, dig some dirt, and build myself a rudimentary looking house, so that I can survive when night comes. Because when night comes is when the little spiders and the little zombie things come out and try to get you. And if you don't have a house that's pretty much completely sealed off, you're gonna die. So anyways, but it's real basic in that respect, but it's just a lot of fun. So I figured I'd put up the server address and whatnot in the description of this video. Now remember, there's 2. So when you go to Minecraft and you click on multiplayer, you'll see a button on there that says like add server or add new or something like that, and you click on that and it says give it a name, and then underneath it is the address. You know, it could be a web address or it could be an IP address. So because I'm hosting 2 different servers on the same IP address, you're gonna put in the address, and then there's a colon, and then the port number. So it's like, you know, the IP address, and then colon 25570, and then the other one's 25575. That's the 2 different ports it uses. Again, you'll see that in the description of this video. If you want to, I gotta tell you, being able to play anything with your kids, whether we're playing a board game together, or we're going out somewhere together, or we're just sitting at the house like we did yesterday, pretty much all day Sunday, we never left the house except one little time. And we went over to CC's Pizza that one time. But we were just doing stuff in the house. And actually a lot of the day, because so many kids were coming in and playing on that Minecraft server, my kids were just like, oh, this is so cool, you know, playing with all these other kids. So they were having a good time. So me and my wife, we jumped in and played with them. And we also quickly realized that a lot of these kids are coming in there, especially on the survival one, where you don't start with anything, and they're having a hard time surviving on that, because you have to find everything yourself, rather than in creative mode where you just open your inventory and everything's in there. And so we're setting up stuff, you know, people are setting up stuff, they're putting stuff in their little chest to store food items, weapon items, armor items, and then other people are coming in who have nothing and say, well, this is kind of hard, let me just run over to someone's house here and see what they got in their little chest, and oh, I could use one of those, I'm going to die right now if I don't eat something, so I'm just going to take that food real quick and eat some. Because you will die if you don't eat food in a certain period of time, and you'll see your little heart things go down. So me and my wife realized we're going to have to go like a little ways off and then dig underground and then hide it like our little stash spot where we'll have a lot of the main items people need that they keep stealing from other people because they don't want to die. And if anyone new comes in the game like that, we can just say, hey, we'll meet up with you, here's some, you know, here's a few things, here's a wooden sword, here's a wooden pickaxe, here's some food, you know, go about your business. That kind of thing. Or else you're going to come home and some of your stuff's like gone and you don't know who took it. So that's the other thing. But again, it doesn't matter. Everyone's playing. Everyone's having a good time. So this is the video you're getting Monday morning as opposed to any other crap that's happening in the world. We can all play Minecraft together while the world collapses around us. Take care.